because we identified our trend origin, the next thing for us to do is to identify our market structure. Once we've identified our market structure, we'll be taking a trade off the market structure. So what do I see for market structure? Price has gone impulsive, followed by a correction, followed by an impulsive move, followed by a correction, followed by an impulsive move here, followed by a correction, and price has just broken the previous higher high. So meaning that price is just in the middle of it. Meaning that price has just started a new impulsive move. If price has just started a new impulsive move, that's very good for us. Why? Because if you are familiar with anything concerning forex trading, you should have heard the statement, the trend is your friend. So if the trend is going bullish and the trend has only just started, that means that there's plenty of room for us to take advantage of this bullish trend and make some money off of the forex markets. So this is our higher high, followed by a higher low, and then this is our higher high again, followed by our higher low. Okay, so let's delete this. So this is now our market structure. Price is currently in the middle of a impulsive move. Price has just broken the previous higher high. Another thing to note here is that price has formed a W pattern on the daily time frame. And a W pattern on the daily time frame is one of my favorite things to see, because chart patterns on the daily time frame, they don't appear very often, but when they do, they almost always guarantee a significant price move. Some of my best trades have been made off of W patterns that appear on the daily time frame. But that's just a side note. So since we identified that the price is currently in an uptrend, what we're going to do now is to go down to the 4-hour time frame and then identify our minor trend. Sorry, our minor market structure. So we can see that we have an impulsive, a correctional, an impulsive, a correctional, followed by another impulsive. This is our minor trend. This trend now is part of the single individual impulsive move on the daily time frame. So what are we waiting for on this time frame? The price is currently in the middle of an impulsive move at this point. So we're going to wait for the impulsive move to end and for price to enter to give us a new correctional move somewhere around here. Why do I think that's going to be somewhere around here? Now look at this. This is the highest point that price has gotten to. This is also the highest point that price has gotten to. What do you notice? The distance between here and here is only about 30 pips. So that means that we should be watching out at this point for something like this. What other thing do you notice? If you switch to the line chart, you will notice that there's a W pattern here and here. Let me draw it out for you. So there's a W pattern here. Let me make it blue to make it clearer. Okay, W pattern. Okay, so there's a W pattern here. So there's a W pattern here. Price went up. And then there's a W pattern like this. You can see from how abnormal this candle, you can see from how abnormal and out of place this candle is. That is more like just a, you get what I mean? So what we are waiting for in order for us to take this trade So another W pattern. A W pattern somewhere around here. We're expecting price to continue bullish. Don't be mistaken about that. Because price only just broke through. So we're expecting our current bullish move to go a little bit higher, probably somewhere around here, for price to retrace somewhere around this level. And then at this level, we should be expecting a W pattern. And once we spot that W pattern, we will then be able to directly jump into the trade like this. We will then be able to directly jump into the trade like this. Probably our stop loss will be somewhere around here. And then our profit targets will be way into the future. So now if we go down to the daily time frame, compared to our typical market structure, let's zoom in. So compared to our daily time frame, what should we be expecting? You can see that from our previous low up until this point, price traveled about 600 pips. That means that price traveled about 600 pips. That means that from here, we can expect price to travel, let's just say 400 or 500 pips for the sake of being conservative, or 550 for the sake of being conservative. So you can see that our target is even a little bit conservative, but let's leave it there because the conservative target is better than an overly ambitious target, at least when it comes to trading in the forex market. So that's what we have for top analysis on Australian dollars, Canadian dollars.